Hi, I'm Veronica and welcome back to the Wholeness Shift. I know that this isn't my normal setup. I'm filming from work. This is just kind of impromptu. This is going to be unscripted and I'll probably ramble a little bit, but that's okay. I had tried to film this the other day and I had a lot of trouble maintaining my composure. So I wanted to come on here and film it again and maybe have my thoughts a little bit more clear. Beth. Again. A lot of people have been confused in the last several days seeing my reaction to the news that Beth has passed. I think they don't get it because, I mean, she's just a reality star. She's just this, or you don't know her. I get that. So I wanted to take a minute to just share why this woman and her passing means so much to me. So I've been watching Dog and Beth since the beginning, like the beginning, way back. I'm an OG fan, and when Beth first came on the scene, it was shortly after I was no longer in this really abusive marriage, and not just that marriage, but most of the other relationships I'd had in my life. In some way or another, I was always told that I am too much. You are too much. You are just too strong of a personality, too opinionated, too sassy, too mouthy. You cuss too much. At the time, you know, back in the 80s, 90s, you know, you wear too much makeup. You need to lose weight. You're too heavy. Whereas I owned my body. I loved my body. And I didn't see any problem with me being sassy or having opinions, because why shouldn't I be sassy or have opinions? And I was always told by these men at the time, you know, back when I was younger and would tolerate that stuff, I was told, you will never find happiness. You will never find a man to love you. Basically, you are unlovable because you are too much. So then, here came Beth. Beth was larger than life. Beth was what the world would consider too much. She showed me that it was okay to be someone that the world would consider too much, because who cares what the world thinks anyways? And she was somebody who could, on one hand, be larger than life, cuss like a sailor, threaten to beat somebody's ass when necessary, and, you know, own her body. She didn't have to be 100 pounds to do it. Run a business. Think outside the box. I mean, she wasn't a little mousy accountant. She was a freaking bail bondsman who chased fugitives. And at the same time, she was a woman who loved God, loved her fellow man, hated injustice, wanted to see positive change in this world, wanted to make this world a better place. And she could give you tough love, and then when she got her grasp on you, she'd be like, you know, what's going on with you that you think it's okay to act this way? And how can we help make your life a better place? And she was a kind, generous, big-hearted, loving person. And when I needed to hear that the most, and I needed a mentor, if you will, to show me that it was okay to be myself, and that you could be both of those things. You could be a badass female, and you could be a kind, gentle, loving female, all at the same time. I had come from a very conservative Christian background, if you will. And in that community, in that world, being meek and mousy is what is very highly valued as a female. And there has never been anything mousy about me. And she showed me that that's okay. That the way I am, the way God created me, is just as valid as a mousy little female. Their way of being is just as valid as mine, but mine is no less valid than theirs. And I had never had that kind of a role model or example before, ever. And that made all the difference. I was watching this woman who was so much like me, and she was doing it all, and she was being herself, and most importantly, she had a man who loved her fiercely and passionately, exactly as she came. She wasn't too much for him. Watching this love story between Dog and Beth unfold showed me that it's possible to completely be myself and still find somebody that accepts me exactly as I am, because the right person's not going to think you're too much. They're just going to think you're perfect. Perfect for them. And because of that, I was never willing to settle. Never again, anyways. Because of that, I knew that it was possible to find this kind of love. That's what Beth did for me. They showed me that it's possible to have a love where you fiercely and passionately fight for one another, even if you fight with one another, but you fight for one another. You shield each other, you cover each other with love and grace and protection. You stand by each other, no matter what. She did that for him, and he did that for her. And it was a beautiful thing to watch. And they showed me that that's possible for me. They also showed me that it's okay to have a family who doesn't look perfect and vanilla. It's okay to have a crazy badass family who doesn't always behave perfect, doesn't always look perfect, doesn't always treat each other perfect. That's okay. At the end of the day, when shit goes down, they have each other's backs, because there's nothing that matters like family. Family is all there is. And it's because of Beth that I began to feel more comfortable in my skin and more confident with how my life looked and what I wanted from my life, that I didn't have to bend myself to fit the mold of what the world thought I should be. And because of my girl Beth, I am so grateful to her. I hope the message of my love and gratitude for her, for this larger than life, extraordinary woman that she chose to come to this earth and be, I hope my love and gratitude for that woman finds her wherever she is now and lands on her heart. She's not suffering anymore, and I'm so happy for her. But even though she was ready to go, we were not ready to say goodbye. The world is a little bit less shiny today because she's gone. And she just meant the world to me. I know I didn't know her, but I feel like I lost a friend, and I send her all my love all the way to heaven. Rest in peace, Beth.